Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
You're watching 7 at 7, powered by the Las Vegas Review-Journal, the largest news team in Nevada.
Reid International Airport sees flight delays and cancellations as FAA scheduled reductions go into effect. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7 tonight. I'm Lena Bleetz. We begin with top stories. More than 150 flights are canceled or delayed at Reid International Airport on the first day of FAA flight reductions at the nation's busiest airports. Those reductions come as a growing number of unpaid air traffic controllers fail to report to work during the federal government shutdown. Here in Las Vegas, Southwest Airlines was hit the hardest with more than 20 cancellations and more than 60 delays. Passengers arriving at Reid said operations here seemed far better than at some of the places where their flights took off. Officials say the flight reduction plan is likely to affect mostly domestic flights rather than international routes. CCSD video shows the moments before a school bus struck and killed a girl riding her bicycle. The footage shows the bus traveling west on Tropical Parkway, passing two cars in the bike lane before approaching 12-year-old Haley Ryan. In the video, Ryan begins to veer into traffic to get around a car parked in the bike lane. Metro did not immediately respond to an email asking if the driver was cited or faces charges. When thieves stole some of France's crown jewels from the Louvre, it made headlines around the world, but the details reflect some infamous crimes committed in Las Vegas over the decades. Review-Journal reporter Casey Harrison looked into how the Louvre heist utilized some brazen tactics Las Vegas has seen before. Harrison tells us about mobster Tony Spilatro's hole-in-the-wall gang.
Really what happened here, they were called the hole-in-the-wall gang because they would quite literally go into people's houses and other businesses and cut a hole in the wall. Sources who I talked to for this story, they talked about how, the tactics that we saw at the Louvre, quite literally, they came up on a cherry picker and they made entry through a second level window, and that's how they were able to get into the museum.
To read about how the hole-in-the-wall gang was caught, as well as other notorious heists, visit lvrj.com. In weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. Tonight, temperatures are cooling down to the 60s by around 10 p.m. and dropping to an overnight low of 58 degrees by 6 a.m. These slightly warmer than usual temperatures are sticking around this weekend and into next week, with the National Weather Service posting on X that a high-pressure system moving over the area will create mild and dry conditions. Looking at clear and sunny skies with highs in the low 80s and lows in the mid-50s for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Now for Vegas Station and your update on the Raiders. I'm Dominic Wobble. A 10-7 loss Thursday night to the Broncos. The Raiders get a stellar performance from the defense. Lonnie Johnson Jr. made his Raiders debut after recovering from a broken fibula he suffered in camp. He spoke post-game on how he felt returning to the game.
Felt good, man. Defense finally back together. The man was back together. Yes, sir. Wish we could have just got the dub. We was just rocking.
And some news breaking Friday afternoon. The Raiders firing special teams coordinator Tom McMahon. The decision coming after recent special teams struggles in McMahon's fourth season with the Raiders. Pete Carroll announcing on Friday that Darius Swinton II will take over the special teams coordinating duties.
In Health, brought to you by Centerwell Senior Primary Care. Discover primary care focused on you. We have an update on the death toll from Southern Nevada's heat. The Clark County Coroner's Office says 279 people have died from heat-related causes this year. That's up 19 from the previous total released last month. Heat deaths are down significantly from last year when record-setting temperatures pushed the total past 500. Among the victims for whom the coroner's office released data, the youngest was 18, and that death was linked primarily to drug use. In Business, brought to you by G Bank, your best banking experience ever. More than 2 years after construction stalled, a hotel casino project on the South Strip gets another lifeline. On Wednesday, Clark County Commissioners approved a third extension for the Dream Las Vegas project. Review-Journal business reporter Eli Siegel explains what a county official said about the extension.
About a year ago, Clark County Commissioner Jim Gibson said that the likelihood of getting more approvals down the road was remote. And he also had some other warnings about this project. But just this week, Gibson kind of did an about-face, and he made a motion to give them an extra 2 years to develop this project, and said that he would rather see development along this stretch of Las Vegas Boulevard than just seeing private planes parked nearby on airport property. And he also said that the dream site is too valuable and has always been envisioned for development.
County staff had recommended denying the latest extension, saying the project is classified as abandoned.
Sports brought to you by Sage Casino's STN Sports. Download the app today. The Rebel basketball team with a shot to right their wrongs after dropping their home opener 86-81 to UT Martin Tuesday. UNLV has got to get it right against Chattanooga on Saturday. Draven Gibbs-Lawhorn post-game on Tuesday.
In basketball, you got to try to figure out ways to win when something is going wrong. And I feel like tonight we probably didn't do a good job executing different ways to win when things were going wrong.
The Running Rebs tip off against Chattanooga at 6 p.m. Saturday. And in more action over the weekend, the Rebel football team hits the road to take on Colorado State. Kickoff is set for 6:30 p.m. also on Saturday.
In Neon Entertainment, sponsored by Arizona Charlie's with live entertainment every weekend at both locations. Go to ArizonaCharlies.com to see who's playing. A fancy dinner and show production on the Strip is closing. John Katzlamidas has that story.
Mayfair Supper Club at the Bellagio is shifting gears in its entertainment programming, and soon. The stage show from No Ceilings Entertainment that opened New Year's Eve 2019 is being taken down December 12th. The restaurant will remain in operation during the changeover, though about 30 members of the stage production are losing their jobs. A new concept is opening on New Year's Eve, and I hear it's going to be a game changer. Bellagio is to remain an industry leader in live entertainment, as it is home to Bruno Mars' The Pinky Ring and Cirque du Soleil's hit show, O.
Sports betting brought to you by the Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Scar Shop. NFL Week 10 features 4 matchups of winning teams. The Buccaneers are 2.5-point home favorites at the Westgate Superbook over the Patriots, and the total is 47.5. The Rams are 4.5-point road favorites over the 49ers, and the total is 49.5. The Chargers are 2.5-point home favorites over the Steelers on Sunday Night Football, and the total is 44.5. The Packers are favored by 2.5 over the Eagles at Lambeau Field on Monday Night Football, and the total is 45.5.
In Neon Lifestyle, sponsored by Silverton Casino Lodge, this is Lodge Vegas. Trim Up the Cactus, a holiday tradition, returns to Henderson for its 32nd year. FLM Chocolates announces the return of its annual holiday Cactus Garden Lights. The display features more than 1 million festive lights. The entry fee is $3 per person, and half the proceeds benefit 3 Square Food Bank and Help of Southern Nevada. The fee will be waived for guests under 2 or over 65. The lights are on display nightly through January 3rd. For more details, visit flm.com. And if you're looking for something to do, check out our free Neon Go Guide. It features everything from entertainment to dining to recreation, and it gives you all the details. Just head on over to neon.lvrj.com and check out the Go Guide. Thanks for watching 7 at 7 tonight. Watch 7 at 7 twice a day, Monday through Friday, and search Review Journal to follow us on your favorite streaming platform. See you Monday morning for more 7 at 7.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Knock the Injury Law.